And the other thing is, I went down yesterday down to Richmond and helped my son move into his apartment for his last semester of school. So I'm grateful to be able to have that opportunity and that time to be able to do that with him and for him.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, we're just going around the room saying, what are we grateful for? Name one or two things.
I'm grateful for new mercies. Just another day that I woke up to new mercies. And I get an opportunity to accomplish what I didn't finish yesterday. I still have another day. And I am so grateful for that. He's not through with me yet. So that is just such an awesome, awesome thing. I get excited about that.
Amen.
Good morning, everyone. This is Bola. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life. I mean, just kind of like echo what everyone has mentioned. I'm grateful for life, the opportunity, for God to count me worthy to be among the living this morning. So it's an opportunity to continue with God's work and to impact my community and my generation. So I'm grateful for life. Thank you.
Awesome.
I have to echo that. I too am grateful for waking up this morning. That really is the number one. But I'm grateful for second chances. Second chances that to do what I didn't do yesterday, to get right what went wrong yesterday, to just be able to share his goodness with somebody else. I'm grateful for you guys.
I'm grateful for life and for health. I'm grateful for God's goodness and his mercies. And I'm absolutely grateful that I'll be able to get my daughter to the next chapter next week, Tuesday, going to college. Bye-bye. The last one, I become the empty nester. My wife and I are ready.
Awesome.
Hold on to that.
That's an illusion, right? You never really become an empty nester.
You do. Watch me, Natasha. Watch me.
Yes, you do. You really do.
Yeah,
you
Watch me, Natasha.
They do come back.
Just saying, they always come back home. They always
They
come
do.
back home for one thing or the other.
I'm a
They
witness.
do
I'm
come
not
back.
gonna breathe hard good until my last one's turned 30. Then I know maybe she won't be back. But she had told me, Mama, I'm coming back when I need to. I'm like, no, you can't. You don't live here no more.
I figured, I said, when my girls get married, is that when I officially, that's how my mindset is set, because
My daughter, she came back. My oldest daughter, she came back, and she's like, "But Daddy, you said I could always be here." And I was thinking, well, I didn't really mean that.
Rodney.
Listen, all of my friends, they say the same thing. It's all an illusion. I started having kids later in life. So all my friends tell me it's all an illusion.
Yeah.
Empty nesting never really happens.
Okay. All right.
Your gratitude, guys.
We're not trying to bust your bubble.
I'll write a book about it. Yo, what?
Right. So far, so good. So far, so good.
Hey, a couple of more gratitude, guys. A couple more. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my family and my health, echoing everyone else. God giving me another day to go out and do what he wants me to do. I'm done when he says I'm done. And until then, just keep moving.
Awesome.
Amen.
I'm grateful, just like everyone else said, waking up this morning for the things that sometimes we take for granted, eyesight, you know, all the senses, to be able to hear, to speak, to be mobile, to smell the roses, see the sunshine, feel the warmth on my skin. And just grateful for the opportunities in front of me to be able to take advantage of those things. I'm grateful for this team and to be around each person that's always in good spirits, or, you know, just motivating and inspiring the next person. So
Awesome. Awesome.
This is
Anybody
Manny.
else? Hey, Manny.
I'm grateful. Great book. I'm grateful that he gave up his life for me. I'm grateful for the faith that I have to wake up early in the morning and go catch this workout and crush it. For the motivation, you guys inspire my children, my family, and the love and it's always.
I think kind of lost you, Manny.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I said I'm grateful for the great book. I'm grateful for the love that's instilled in my heart, the faith, the capabilities of waking up early in the morning and crush the weights. I'm grateful for just his word and his life that he gave up for me.
Amen. Awesome. Thanks, Manny. Anybody else what you're grateful for?
Good morning,
Ron,
Mrs.
hey,
Linda.
this
I'm
is Tim.
grateful for
Hey, go ahead, Lynn. Got it.
I'm grateful for life, breath, activity of my limbs, family. I'm grateful for God's blessings. I'm grateful to be a blessing. I'm grateful for this team and all the things that we are going to do in the future.
Amen.
Amen. I'm
Tim?
just grateful. I'm just grateful just to be alive on today. I mean, I know we got this COVID going, and a lot of people, hey, today is struggling, even struggling to breathe. And I just thank God to just wake up and, breathe fresh air and be able to, have my right mind and be a child of God and be saved and be able to still go out and tell other people about the goodness of Jesus. I thank God for my family. I'm just grateful for that. And then my friends and my church and my pastors and you guys on the dream team call. So, I mean, I don't take anything for granted. I just count it all as being a blessing. And so I'm just grateful overall.
Amen. Amen. Good. Anybody
Hey,
else?
this is Tina.
Hey,
Good
Tina.
morning, everybody.
Good morning, Tina.
Morning,
Hey,
Tina.
morning.
good morning. I ditto everything everybody else said. Definitely grateful for this team and for my family. But most of all, grateful for a sound mind and living in an atmosphere of peace and being around positive people. Oh my God, this team is awesome. And so I'm just grateful. I am just so grateful for just the peace and prosperity. So that's what I'm grateful for.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else? Yeah, of course, I echo everything that has been said. Just grateful to be in the land of the living. Just grateful to be in my right mind this morning. Sometimes we take for granted being in our right mind. The brain is so fragile. Any little thing you can be not in your right mind, not really aware, have no awareness of, where you are in life, your accomplishments, your things, your family, friends, everything. So I'm just grateful to be in my right mind. And then of course, grateful for the dream team and my family, and yeah, just grateful. Anybody else?
Good morning, this is John.
Hey,
I am I am grateful this morning, very thankful for my family, thankful for the dream team. Again, everything that everyone said, just echoing that this team is really positive and definitely a positive force, has been a positive force in my life. So I'm really, really thankful. Thankful for God's undying love. I mean, no matter what we do, He just keeps loving us. So really thankful for that this morning.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else? Yeah, about 2 more minutes. Anybody else? What you're grateful for? Those who are joining, we're just going around the room saying what we're grateful for. All right. Guys, we're going to read our mission statement. The mission of the Dream Team is to have this collaborative community of agents who inspire and support each other to transform our real estate business and go to the next level, start living at the next level, becoming cappers and icon agents with Exp Realty, earning over $100,000 a year. Guys, are we on the right Zoom this morning?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
we are.
sir.
Happy Friday.
Awesome, awesome, guys. And our vision is to build a legacy. We're legacy builders by creating long-term passive residual income through the EXP revenue share program by personally attracting as many agents to our revenue share group as possible, guys. So, hey, we want to say good morning. How's everybody doing out there?
I am blessed.
Doing great.
Blessed and highly
Doing
favored.
great, thank you.
Yes.
I know that's right. Highly favored, guys. It's
Yeah,
nothing
well,
like
Master
favorite.
Gunn said, I'm blessed to death.
Yeah. That's awesome, guys. So we want to just spend some time just talking about gratitude. That's important. Make that a part of your, your weekly, daily routine of just having that attitude of gratitude. I know some of you may journal. I journal. I like to write some things that I'm grateful for. Just spend some time every day or, every other day or a week doing that, just being grateful, whatever you're grateful for. Think about things that you're grateful for. Again, having that attitude of gratitude, just, grateful for your clients. Because a lot of times the things that you're grateful for, you tend to draw more of that to you. So, think about your clients, think about your good life, think about the good things, the blessings, the little things, even the little things that we take for granted. It's something as simple as eyesight, being able to see, being able to taste and touch and guess, because we're survivors. We should count ourselves as survivors. This worst pandemic in modern history, and we're on this call this morning. So I'm just grateful. All right, let's hit some wins, guys. Any kudos real quick? Any kudos? Any quick thank yous?
Yes, kudos. Quickly, I want to say thank you, Rod, for connecting me with Eve yesterday. We had such an awesome conversation. What's really a blessing to me about it is I was just able to, and I think this is something good that we all should think about. I was able to actually give him advice on certain things. We might not be able to do that deal. We might not be able to do anything, but just the willingness to just, have a great conversation and, tell him what he needed to look at. I provided, as soon as he gave me the information, I provided all the information. I did the research. And when I called him, I was able to tell him, I don't think it's a smart investment, based on what the comps are and what the numbers are and the situation.
Wow.
So we had a great conversation, and it was like, oh my gosh, I was just about to call you, but you know what? I got this, other things that's popping up. We're going to be talking. So it was a blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you really so much for that connection.
Yeah, absolutely. eBay is a great guy, man. It's one of my investors, guys. Partner with some investors, guys. It's one of my good investors. We do a few deals every year. He's a wholesaler. He's out there looking for the deals. So partner with investors. Awesome. Any other wins? Kudos. Anybody want to thank on the team that may help you out, support you?
Thank you, Pam, for connecting me with the North Carolina agent as well. I'll give her a call today. I'm looking for another agent also in Dallas, uptown Dallas. I have a referral out there as well. So if anybody knows anybody.
You're welcome, Jimmy. I may have a Dallas person, so I'll send you a name well for that.
Awesome.
I know Dallas people too.
Please, yes. Thank you.
Two kudos. I want to thank Jimmy for every Tuesday night he gets this crew, get them motivated, teaches them, passes down the knowledge and the wisdom. John, my man, John Fernando, always touching bases, always motivating me. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. I wanted to thank Pam. Pam jumped on a three-way with me, talked to one of my agents so I thank you, Pam, for doing that.
You're welcome.
And I think Pam, for yesterday, I was having some difficulty at a property lockbox, and Pam hooked me up, gave me some, some basic steps that I just was one of those moments overlooked, trying to do a walkthrough. So, yep, we're good to go. It all worked out.
That moment, huh?
Yeah.
I want to thank Natasha for helping me explain the mentorship splits to some people I had on the call Tuesday night. I was a little confused and she set me straight. So thank you so much. I felt like a rock star when I got on the phone, on that follow-up call, because I was able to explain it pretty clearly. And I also want to thank Noelia for helping me with information on the mentorship program.
Nice.
Awesome.
I want to say a big thank you to Tim. As you all know, I am brand new to this team. And Tim Neal has been just wonderful, taking me under his wings and being very patient with me and answering all my questions, and being very proactive, even anticipating some of my questions. So I really want to say a big thank you. Thank you, Tim.
Awesome.
Hey, this is Tina. I want to thank Natasha for helping me out with the offer and suggesting that I use ribbon. And just kind of educate me on that whole process. She is a rock star, and I just appreciate you so much.
Awesome.
My pleasure, Tina. Anytime, guys.
Awesome. All right, guys. Want to welcome any guests that we have on. All of our guests, you are welcome. Glad to have you on this morning. This is the Dream Team. Hey, I hope you are enjoying it so far. And you're welcome anytime on Fridays to join in with us. And we're excited to have you. So welcome all of our guests. Those who are on for the first time. I know we got some folks on. We're working on the Mr. Kenny. Can you mute out Aubrey? Yeah, so welcome, and those who are studying for the license, hey, keep pressing. It'll definitely be worth your while. Keep working hard to get those license. It'll definitely be worth it. So just want to encourage you. It will definitely be worth it. All right, guys. Again, welcome. Just a few announcements, guys. Of course, today, Friday, our all company-wide leadership call. It is at 11 o'clock. So definitely make sure you popping into that, hearing about the updates. A lot of big things happened this week in EXP, and last week, of course, we went over 60,000 agents. But I don't know if any of y'all saw, we hit over 2 billion or so in revenue at Exp Realty last quarter. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The stock has been, the stock just went through the roof. Stock's trading at right under $50 a share when that quarterly update came out. But guys, just know that we're in the right place at the right time. This company it's like a movement. Every week, something major is going on and happening in Exp Realty. So we want to go out there and really share the good news about Exp Realty, that there's a better way. There's a better way to build a business. There's a better way to do real estate. So 11 o'clock, guys, if y'all free, definitely pop on. And right after that is the conversations that you hear from some of the top agents in the company, just giving back for about a half hour about what they're doing to grow their business. There's also an attraction series class at 12 o'clock. So make sure you're looking at the calendar, guys. Hopefully by now everybody's downloaded the EXP calendar onto your personal Google Calendar, and so you can see all the education events. Over 80 hours of live training every single week here at EXP. Also, what we've added here with the Dream Team, Right after this call at 9 o'clock, I will be doing a EXP presentation for about a half hour. If you have any guests, they're welcome to join in, or they can come in early on this call, hang out with us. And then at 9 o'clock, I'll be doing the EXP Explain. And also Tuesday nights, guys, Tuesday nights, we are here again, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. is our EXP Explain, and that's at explainexp.com, explainexp.com. Can somebody put that in the chat for me? Explainexp.com. That's where you send your guests to register for that EXP presentation Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Let's pack out. We had a packed house on Tuesday night, and we want to do the same for this week. Even if you don't have a guest, guys, even if you don't have a guest, come on, hang out with us. Like to have more people in the room, hear some testimonies of how your life, your business has been impacted since you've been connected to the Dream Team and Exp Realty. So definitely come on Tuesday night. So we want everybody. It's like another meeting. It's the Dream Team. It's our, fourth meeting of the week, that Tuesday night, 7 p.m. where we all just kind of come together and hang out and just, be there for each other as far as our guests and welcoming them on. Okay. Any announcements, anything I missed from our leadership team? We do have a Dream Team leadership team, guys. Leadership team, can y'all make some noise? Natasha, Jimmy, Rodney, Pam, Teresa, Tim Neal. Yep, this guys. Yep.
Yeah.
And John Falana too, our newest icon agent with Dream Team. Dual career icon agent, guys. Dual career. And I'm not. Yeah, I don't know his finances, but I'm sure most icons are over $200,000 or nearing that $200,000 mark or more as an icon agent. So
yes.
Dual career, still has his full-time job. So pretty amazing. And want to give a shout out to John for sharing with us on Monday. So thank you for taking time to share with us on Monday how you were able to do that.
Yes.
My pleasure, sir.
When I grow up as a realtor, I want to be like John Falana and Rod Obee.
I would be like,
Me too, Jimmy.
You and me both, Jimmy. That's my goal in life.
When I grow up like a realtor.
No, brother. John doing it with a full-time job, with one hand behind his back,
I know, right?
That's his
blindfolded.
That's his new generation. Yeah.
All I can say is I learned from the best.
He set it on auto and it worked. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Put on auto. Yep. Yeah. So guys, so we've been on this topic all week. I'm gonna share my slide. Again, this new month, new beginnings, guys, going into this last part of the year. And we want to spend some time on this third topic, this third question. Let me share my screen here. So we've been talking about what needs to change. Hopefully by now, everybody's kind of did some self-examination, self-reflection about what, what has happened this year. Where are you right now? Are you where you need to be? Are you on track to hit your goals? What needs to change in order for me to be on track to accomplish what I said I was going to accomplish in 2021 back in January, where you said you was going to be December 31st. What needs to change? What needs to shift, be modified? What do you need to do? Who do we need to become? We talked about who do you need to become? Who is that person? I'm trying to think about, even at my level, I'm trying to say, who do I need to become? And, Lashri and I were talking about this the other day, like, what do you see? You got to find that person to say, what do you see? Somebody that's going to be honest with you. Somebody that's going to see your blind spots. A lot of times we don't see our blind spots, guys. We don't see those things that we're not doing or where we're missing it. So it takes another person. That's why, sometimes people have a coach or your spouse sees it. A lot of times your spouse sees your faults, guys, but we have so much pride. We don't listen to them or we don't want to hear it. But if you humble yourself and have that person that, special to you, that cares about you, it's got to be a person that cares about you. Ask them, what do you see? What do you see that I'm doing that maybe I don't see, those blind spots? So my question was to her, like, who do I need to become? Yeah, I've been doing well in real estate, but who do I need to become to earn $1 million a month? That's the conversations my wife and I have. $1 million a month. Who do I need to become? So That's it. That's where I am. So that's where you need to be, guys. So the next level where you're going, you need to do some self-examination. Like, who do you need to become? Does that make sense, everybody?
Absolutely.
It
Yes.
makes,
Yes.
you know, we also got to be mature enough to accept the responses. You know, we are talking to an accountability partner. You know, it's hard sometimes to hear the answers to those questions from that person that loves you or that accountability partner. Now I'm speaking from experience, because if I ask my husband, he's my best accountability partner, he will give me the honest answer. So don't let your feelings get in the way of your success.
That's good. That is so good, Pam. Yep. Don't let your feelings get in the way, guys. Because yeah, you can be blocking your own flow. You're blocking your own blessings from your family just because you're stuck in pride and, you know it all spirit.
That's a key word you said, pride. To be honest with you, it actually starts with you as an individual, with me as an individual. If I cannot accept my own critiques from myself, it's almost impossible to accept from anybody else. Because you feel that you've arrived and you can't see those blind spots, or you see them, but you're just not willing to change or accept them. So if someone else tells you about it, you tend to, and especially if you have a spouse who is very successful as well, but not in the same line of business that you're in, the tendency could be for you to say, you don't know what you're talking about. I do this every day.
Yeah.
You know, so we've got to be able to criticize ourselves, critique ourselves, accept it, but also accept what that other person is saying to us, whether they are loved ones or colleagues, because if the mindset is they're saying it from a point of 1, love, 2, making us better, and 3, ourselves willing to be better, it will be a lot, it will be a lot easier to accept.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always think about it like this. My wife will usually just say to me, okay, no problems. You don't want to do it, no big deal. Don't forget the garage is clean enough. You can move in there. I don't want to live in the garage, so I listen to what my wife says.
Yes, you got to be willing to take correction, guys. Correction from somebody.
Yes.
There's a lot of people don't want to take correction, and they just stay in the same state. They get older and older, but you're still really in that same state you were 10 years ago. You're older now, you talk a good talk, but you're still at that same state because you haven't accepted any correction from anybody.
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
Just to sum that up, one of the things that I teach is remain hungry, humble, and teachable. Hungry, humble, and because if you're not teachable, then you won't be able to hear what someone, and even being as forthright to ask for that feedback. Hey guys, do you want to, can you tell me what I can do different to become better? Because if we are not hearing that, we may not perceive or know what we need to do better. And we can get in that rut of not really perceiving it, and also putting up walls where we create an illusion that we're doing well when we're really not.
Yes.
Because a lot of people want to posture themselves to make people feel, and rather than being transparent and saying, I need help, they will try to create an illusion of, hey, I'm doing a phenomenal job, when they don't have a dime in their pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's just another manifestation of pride in our lives.
Yeah,
that is true. Thank you for saying that, Natasha. One of the things that I ask my mentees on Tuesday nights is, I come with topics and I said, please guys, next week, tell me, what are the things that you want to learn? And what are the things that we can do better at? Because sometimes, even when you're mentoring people, you think you have all the answers. We don't. Because, you can always learn from anybody, and the idea is to grow. My friends always told me that you can learn from a fool and not to be a fool. And you can always learn. So it's important for us to be that humble. At least it's important for me to be extremely humble.
Yeah.
To want to learn from other people and to see how we can grow. Because at the end of the day, it's about a common success for a common purpose, for God's purpose, God's glory, and for mankind.
That's right. Each one of these calls, guys, I always have a pad and a pen, right here. I take more notes probably than most of y'all.
Right now.
Notes.
Yes.
Taking notes, guys.
I have to.
Yeah, I have
Hey,
not.
y'all, I just wanted to add, at church, my pastor is doing a series on trust. And so I've been doing I've been soul searching because I tend to listen to people I trust, but then when he posed the question and he put it out there, how people don't trust, we're just kind of a untrusting society to a certain degree. And I tend to agree with you because I've gotten to a point where I'm kind of skeptical at times. And so I had to really take a step back to just kind of see who do I listen to and do I trust what they're saying? Because people that I trust, I listen to and I follow their direction and instructions. But so that I just want to kind of interject that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, trust them. Yeah. And it comes down to relationship. I don't let everybody impart into my life. I don't receive everything so-called prophets come up to me because I know who I am in Christ and I have pastors over me. I don't want to get ahead of God sometimes. Some people try to, but that's another stuff. So I'm careful about who I let impart into me. Yeah. And so, but yeah, that's good, Tina. but yeah.
Yeah, it's good what everybody said. You hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm driving. Yeah, but definitely everybody, no matter where you're at in your journey, as you kind of alluded to, if you're brand new, or even if you've been in for a while, or whatever your situation is, we all have those areas that we need help. And sometimes it may be business, it may be something in your life, it may be your finances, it may be your health. It's always something where somebody can add something or show us something where we're missing. You know what I mean? But sometimes people say, well, I got this together, but guess what? At the same time, you eat bad. You know what I mean? And that's causing other things in your life not to prosper. Or maybe your finances is not good, but maybe you're good with, what you do in ministry, but that's not good. So you can't be effective in ministry because your finances are not good, or vice versa, or different things. So as a person, there's always areas of correction. Even if we think we're at the top of our game and whatever we're in, we always gotta, listen when people talk. That way we can, do some course correction. Because sometimes we can continue on the same path, but that's what we need to do that. It's not to, propel you. Now, some people may do that, but a lot of times, people when they do it in love or whatever, it's so that they can course correction to get you going in the right direction, to keep you on the right path. So
absolutely,
you take it, listen to it, learn from it, and then just try to course correct. You guys to do most of the time it's not like a major shift. For most of us, unless you're just out there and you just wilding out. But for the most part, a lot of times it's not a big shift. It's just you just have to change something a little bit to make you go straight again. It's like they say, like that rocket ship that's going, out into space. He has to course correct on his way out there, and it's just little corrections, but to get it to the right destination. And a lot of times we need that. It's not turn all the way around. It's just a little bit of shift here and there to keep you on the right straight and narrow path.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a good point what you said, Tim. And that's kind of what Dream Team does. It's kind of like it's that course correction. When we kind of start drifting away, drifting off, then you jump on a Dream Team call, and then we try to get you back on course again, how you should be thinking. Because we can know everything, we can know all kind of stuff. We have all knowledge, we know everything, but it's the application of it.
Yes.
The application, being hearers but not doers, hearers and not doers of the word, the things that we're receiving. So this is that course correction call. Anything else before we're gonna hit this 3, because we hadn't talked about 3 yet this week. We want to spend some time on number 3. What are you willing to sacrifice? Anything else on that before we shift? Okay. So let's talk about number 3, guys. Sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? That's the third piece of this new month, new beginnings. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take sacrifice. So what are you willing to sacrifice, guys? I've been sacrificing over the years. I just didn't arrive at, where I am now, the level of business that we're doing, I guess where we are in life, the income level, the success level. It's been sacrifice over time. So let's talk about, let's go around the room. What are some things that we can sacrifice? What are we willing to sacrifice to get to that next level of success in our business and our life? Anybody?
Yeah, Rob, for myself, I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of personal time, time that I could spend, not really doing things that's going to move my business forward. Some may be income producing, some may be, reaching out to talk to other agents. Because, there could be a lot of time wasted, especially during the weekends and things like that, where, myself, I feel that, I can be doing more in those areas, but I have to make it purposeful. So, things like say, know all the training, know all the things to go and do, but definitely have to continue to move forward each and every day. Not, it doesn't have to be a quantum leap every day, but it's like the compound effect, doing a little bit every day consistently in order to get that compound effect. So I'm just looking at what things can I cut out that is just really a time waster, that, and I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm not like a big TV watcher. I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm not doing that, but I can spend other time just doing busy work that's not really producing what the results I want. So just really looking at that holistically and saying, okay, I could probably cut out doing some of this or that.
Okay, let's go around the room. Okay, thanks, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long, guys. Let's go around the room. Let's some couple of things. What do you need to sacrifice? Well, we got about 20 minutes. What are you willing to sacrifice? As agents, let me just maybe clear it up. As agents, what are some things that we need to sacrifice? Some areas we need to sacrifice in?
I think that I get caught up sometimes on those clients who are really a little bit indecisive. And I know I follow up, but I tend to, I don't know how to put this. I spend more time on them sometimes than I should. When, when someone is ready, when they have things ready to go, and when they're not. And I think I spend a lot of time on some of those that are not, and neglect some that might be more ready. It puts me behind when I do that, and it affects your business when you do that. Instead of, and it all comes back to, I should have some things automated, because that automation will save me time. So I guess a better thing that I'm willing to sacrifice would be my being uncomfortable so that I can adapt to new things.
That's good.
Okay, elephant in the room. This is the elephant in the room. This is what Rod is talking about. And Rod, we definitely need to continue this next week. What Rod is talking about what are you willing to sacrifice is this. You got to put down something and say, okay, this is where I am financially. This is where I am in my business. This is where I want to go to. What am I willing to sacrifice to get to where I want to go to? That's what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's really what he's talking about. So for me, it's a case of, all right, right now, what can I do to make my business better? Why is my business not better? And what am I willing to sacrifice to do it? And for me, it's my 8-hour sleep. I love my sleep.
Yeah.
I love the fact that sometimes I say to myself, you know what? I don't need to get up. I don't want to get up. I don't need to do anything today. It's that feeling sometimes that I say to myself, okay, I've got 4 closings coming, this month. I don't need to do the extra. Those are the things that I
Yeah.
need. There's a mental block that I've got to unblock, that I've got to sacrifice. I've got to stop thinking to myself, I've got so much in my bank account. I've got so much going. I got this, so I don't need to do this. That's really what he's talking about, because then my shift becomes, it's not about me. So that's what I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to sacrifice for greatness. I'm willing to say, it's not about me. What do I need to do to deny Jimmy so that I can make other people's lives better? That's one. I believe that's really the elephant in the room of what you're talking about. At least for me, that's where I interpret it.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things on my list here, sleep. It's time.
Yeah.
And this is my alarm clock right here. In order, I committed to myself this month of August. I'm up at 4:30. This is that time that I'm getting built up spiritually. This is my prayer time. This is the time I'm getting my day going, and that's how I start my day. So what are you willing to sacrifice that time, that sleep, prioritizing, tasking, getting uncomfortable, maybe, sacrificing social media, because a lot of things we're not doing business related on social media. We're spending hours clicking and liking on everybody's stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
What are you willing to sacrifice? Let's talk about giving. Giving is a huge part. If you want to know the secret of how I get referrals almost every day, why I have so much business, is because my sacrificial giving. I give to people, I help people, charities, people on the street. I'm giving, I bless my church, tithing, offering, sacrifice, giving, money.
So
I
true.
get what I want. So are you willing to sacrifice at a higher level in your giving? Most of the wealthiest people in the world, I think Neil was talking about it, some of the wealthiest people are the biggest givers. Was that you, Tim? I think that was you, Tim, telling us about the billionaires.
Oh, but that's the truth. That's the truth. The ones that give the most, even like Warren Buffett, that gave away most of his billions to Bill Gates. But then guess what? He still became the richest man again. The thing is, as you continue to give, it just, like I said, it's a law, it's reciprocity. So it's just going to continue to come back. So it doesn't matter what your status is, but if you're a big giver like that, it's coming back to you. It's the way it is.
Yep. What are you willing to sacrifice, guys? Getting out of your comfort zone. Are you willing to sacrifice getting out of your comfort zone? A lot of us, we're just too comfortable. We're okay. You're okay with where you are. Are you willing to sacrifice just getting out of your comfort zone, making those calls, even though you hate it? I hate cold calling too, but man, it's been forcing me to get out of my comfort zone, calling these agents.
Absolutely. Because
I know where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. As far as revenue share, I'm a long way. See, this the honest talk that I have with myself. 8 years in the business, I shouldn't be having revenue share checks, $3,000-$4,000. They should be, $300,000 by now. I have honest talks, and it's why? Because you haven't sacrificed, you haven't done it, you haven't made enough calls, you haven't talked to enough people, agents about, your focus was over here and not over here, when it could have been both. So I have these honest conversations about myself. So are you willing to sacrifice your pride, your ego? Let's talk about ego.
Ooh, that's a big
ego.
That's a big one, Rod. I mean,
It
sacrificing ego and comfort zone, because they're all tied in. Because a lot of times we stay in our comfort zone because of our ego, right? We don't want people's perception of us is so important. And, me having to do these videos because that's very uncomfortable for me. I'm stepping out and saying, okay, I've got to do this, sending like video, text message, bomb emails, all these things. And so just giving up on our ego, just to say, okay, just do it, not overthinking it, not doing the things that we think we need to do.
That's good. Anybody else on ego?
Yeah, and one of the things about ego, for me, again, I'm only going to speak for Jimmy. I can't speak for anybody else. I want to make myself an open book enough that I'm able to break down those barriers and I get better. That's the purpose of this for me. For me, when it comes to ego, for example, it's not even about the fact that, how people see me. It could be an ego of, I don't want to fail. I don't want anybody to think that, oh my gosh, this guy is asking me to come and do this, is begging me, or whatever the case is. It's a mental block. It's a situation where you think, again, thinking of yourself more highly than you ought to. That's really what pride is. That's what ego is. You can dress it up. See, inferiority complex is horrible. Superiority complex is worse. Because all of it, what it's doing to you is you thinking of yourself more highly than you ought to think. You're thinking to yourself, this person just started in the business. I don't want to be talking to them. I'm bigger and better than that. Or they're making a ton of money. I'm not there in whatever they're making and whatever they're doing that attracts me. But in the same token, I don't want to go and talk about it. Or I don't want to do it because I feel like, how are they going to look at me? What are they going to think about me? Or are they thinking now that, okay, maybe he's suffering, struggling, is about to go bankrupt? All of these unnecessary emotions that goes on in our minds, which really and truly, it's only us thinking that. Because if you're talking to me about something that is going to make my life better, I'm not thinking that you're a poor person or you're bad or whatever the case is going on with you. That's why you come in. I'm thinking that you see value in what I have to give you. And that's also part of the way you got to see yourself. You got to see yourself that you're worth it and you have something worthwhile that you've given. That's why you're doing what you're doing. So whether it's inferiority or superiority, we've got to break those things down and address that and be willing to make yourself transparent enough that nobody cares. Because guess what? You're not going to be the first or the last millionaire or billionaire in the world. Every single day people are becoming millionaires. So nobody cares enough to say, what is your issue? Nobody cares. Right. And we get in our own head and live in our own head and mess our own psyche up because we're so consumed about how people perceive us.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Tim looked like he got something. Come on, Tim. I know you got something, brother.
Well, one thing I've learned, that the ego will keep you broke.
Woo!
Ego will keep you broke. Ego make you homeless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've been there before. My ego was so strong, it pretty much got me homeless. And I learned that sometimes you just gotta humble yourself, because that's what you gotta do. You gotta humble yourself in order to get rid of that ego. You know what I mean? So that's one of them things where ego is not something that you can put off on somebody else. It ain't got nothing to do with somebody did this to me or that. No, it's all about you. Ego is something you got to take personal responsibility for. You can't blame it on nobody over you, your boss, your spouse, your kids, your whatever. The ego is something that you got to carry. It's your own personal struggle or your own personal weight, if you will, that you have to deal with. And you have to get that weight off you in order to be free, in order to become who you're supposed to be. Because otherwise, if you just hold that ego, it's going to stop your ears from hearing. It's going to stop your eyes from seeing. It's going to stop you from attracting who you want to attract, from being who you want to be. So that's something that nobody can see your ego. It's not put up there on the board, but you know, because it's internally in you. And when people say things, how your ego is going to be how you react to them. So that's something that you got to start with yourself, with your mindset, what's between your ears, and reflect on how do you feel when people say things to you? How do you take it when they say things to you? And you got to take that and make that change, make that shift. And you probably got to pray about it. Not probably about it, but I would say start there first. Yeah. Pray about it. Find out what you need to do. Ask for forgiveness. Forgive yourself. And then move forward.
That's a
good one. Because ain't nobody, nobody care that much about your ego but you.
Ooh, that's good one, Tim.
You gotta fix it. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Guys, what about immediate desires? You know, a lot of times we're trying to live the lifestyle before we're actually really there. And then it causes financial strain on you and the whole family. So now you can't really do. I say this all the time. It's hard to sell when you're strapped for cash, when you don't have money coming in, but you're broke at a higher level. You got the car, you got this big expensive house, you got all this stuff, this, immediate gratification, these immediate desires. But again, are you willing to sacrifice some immediate desires? Anything on that until you get to that level?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna be real for a minute, because I remember going through so much related to what you just said, because I was in a mindset of I deserve. And I would get into the habit of, when I knew something was coming, I would spend money that I really didn't need to. And then I would have to scramble to make things happen on the back end. That was a huge learning thing for me. And I don't know, if anybody else has experienced it, but it's like I was sabotaging my blessing by feeding into my material wants. Okay. Because I didn't need anything. It's a blessing to be in a space where you don't need anything.
Yes.
Think about that. You don't need nothing to wear. You don't need no clothes. You are provided for. All right. And then you receive a blessing and you mess it up. And I was in a constant cycle of doing that. And I'm gonna tell you, and every time I would get there and I'd be like, oh Lord, fix it. Help me. All right. And I can't, it took a long time to break away from that stronghold, to be still, let God move, hand me my blessing, and then for me to be faithful over the little things so that those big things would come my way.
Yeah.
That was hard. And I made it hard.
Wow.
It was all about, I did it.
That's good.
It took me a minute I wasn't trying to keep up with the Joneses. I wasn't trying to be better than anybody else, but I was making bad financial decisions because I felt like, hey, everything is taken care of. I'm good to go. I'm just going to go and enjoy myself. Okay. I was still saving, but I could have been somewhere different had I not taken that discretionary spending to a whole nother level.
Yep.
It was a painful lesson to learn because I had to admit that to myself before I could move forward.
That's good.
Good. Hey, this is Manny.
Hey, Manny.
And hey, I gotta get going. I got a showing to do here in Baltimore, but Pam is saying I gotta learn how to give up control, God, and everything. That's one of the most important things that I need to do. I got to just give it up to him and just let it go. Just let it go. I also got to give up leisure activities. I also got to give up the negative friendships that I have that don't bring value to me. So, those are the things that I got to give up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome, Manny.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else we haven't heard from? Anybody else?
Hey, I just want to comment on what Pam just said. I had a similar moment a few weeks ago. I was at the car dealership, just getting some routine maintenance done to my car, and while I was back in the shop, I was walking around the car lot, which is the worst thing that you can do when your car is being serviced. And I'm walking and I'm looking at the price tag, and I'm thinking to myself, I could probably pay for that cash right now. I could pay for that one cash right now. So I called my brother and I said, man, I need you to talk me off the ledge. He's like, for what? Because I just bought a brand new truck. I was like, yeah, you're the wrong person I need to talk to right now. So we laughed it off and I got off the phone. But after a moment, a little voice told me, it just came over me and it said, now is not the time. And I took a step back and I just said, okay. And I walked off. So in that moment when I was feeling like, I was like, man, things are going great. I could really do this right now. that voice came over me and said, now it's not your time. So when we talk about sacrificing, for me, is stuff, because at the moment when you're in the moment that you're in and you think it's the right time, sometimes it's not the right time. Just because you think it's the right time, it may not be, and so sometimes you have to listen to those voices that come over you that says, hey, now is not your time, and just walk away.
Walk away. Walk away.
Yep. One thing I want to say quickly about that is this. I was going to look for the scripture, but I'll just paraphrase it. It says, all things are good, but not all things are expedient.
That's right.
One of the things that I've learned, and we've said this a lot on this call, is every single one of us over here can afford anything we want to do at any point in time. Because guess what? Even if you don't have the money in your bank account right now, you can create that money in 30 days, 45 days max. And that's a problem. It's a problem.
And that's what I was thinking, Jimmy.
It's a problem because that's how pride sets in.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Rod, maybe can you, because I'm about to say something pretty personal, please, can you stop the recording, please?
Yeah.